I'm excited for you all to come on today's flight. So today was part one of a 2 days flight that I was taking from SLC, Salt Lake City Airport, to Boca Raton, Florida. I had done this trip many times. Typically, I found it just to be better to do it in 2 days rather than 1 day. I've done it in 1 day, and it's just a very long day. And those times I've actually done it with another pilot. So I definitely found this to be a much more pleasant experience is to break it up into 2 days. So my plan was to fly from Salt Lake City Airport, which resides in Class Bravo, to Montgomery, Alabama, and then the next day push into Boca Raton. On the first day, I flew from SLC Airport to Roswell, New Mexico, which really, for those that are looking for cool airports to fly into, I definitely recommend Roswell. It's so cool. It's like a airline or airplane graveyard, if you will. There's planes that are in various stages of storage. Some are being used for parts, but there must be like 100 planes sitting there on the field in just various stages of storage. And so that's kind of cool if you like to seeing vintage airplanes and that type of thing. It's a neat place to go. Besides that, there's a lot of military activity. So while I was sitting on the tarmac, I had two F-16s just literally pull up right next to me, and that was really cool. I just, it never gets old seeing those high performance airplanes, and so that was an exciting part of the trip. And so from Roswell, then I flew to Shreveport, Louisiana, which was a nice flight. It was pretty chill. And my comment about Shreveport was that I flew into Shreveport Downtown Airport, which is it's a smaller airport. It was pretty sleepy, but it was a nice airport, and the flight in was really cool. Like, I got to fly over like a bunch of farmland. It was really super green, which I'm not really used to seeing in Utah. Obviously, I'm used to seeing that in Florida, but I fly a lot out west, so it was kind of neat seeing that and flying over like rivers and creeks and stuff. It was just a neat approach. So I definitely thought Louisiana was kind of cool, and I enjoyed flying in there. Quick turnaround, and then I went from Shreveport into Montgomery, Alabama, where I spent the night. The interesting thing about Montgomery was, I got in like around 8 o'clock, and I started doing my pre-flight for the next day, where I planned on pushing into Boca Raton. The weather that had been parked there the previous day was supposed to have moved on, but it didn't. It was a stationary front that was sitting right in the middle of Central Florida. To the south of it was clear skies, pretty cool weather to be flying into, and then also to the north it was good conditions as well. But it was this band sitting in Central Florida that was concerning to me. It was really hard to get a read on where the clouds were, and there was definitely a lot of there's a convective segment going on in that area as well. So it was just one of those things where there was some uncertainty, and I think that this is where they always talk about the get there itis. Some people I think would have probably pushed through. I am definitely very conservative, and so I kind of figured that there was, with the uncertainty that I was seeing, that I figured I was going to pass and maybe make an alternate plan. But before I did that, I decided to do something I'd never done before, which is kind of crazy, as call flight service. So I called flight service, which honestly, if you haven't done so, I definitely recommend. It was very helpful. The briefer was great. And in the end, we went through a lot of the weather that was happening in Florida at nauseating detail, but it was great. This is why this service exists. And in the end, we both decided that it would be better just to pass on that flight the next day. So then, I'm in a bit of a conundrum. Was like, what do I do here? Do I go? Do I stay in Montgomery and wait it out, or what's the best course of action? So I decided that the best course of action was to fly to Atlanta and then catch a commercial flight down to Fort Lauderdale, because there were so many flights that Delta offered. I think it was like 6 or 7 nonstops, and so I knew that I could easily get a cheap flight down to Fort Lauderdale, and then when the weather cleared up, I could pop back up to Atlanta and grab my plane, and that's exactly what I did. So this particular part of the flight or the part of the trip that you're going to watch is when I flew from Montgomery, Alabama to Fulton County Airport, which is located in ATL's Class Bravo. It was a really enjoyable flight. The weather was great. And for the most part, when I took off from Montgomery, I flew an arrival procedure into Fulton County Airport. And so I hope you enjoy this flight. And, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any comments about things you'd like to see in the future. And I do appreciate you watching this video. Thank you. Take care.
Venus level 600, turn 10 degrees right, Kenneth approach 126.97.
So I'm on the Keeps Booker 3 arrival into Fulton County Airport in Class Bravo, right north of...
November 126 Romeo Foxtrot, contact Atlanta Center on 124.5, 24.5.
Atlanta Airport, so pretty intense airspace. I'm just descending down from 7,000. I already did my descent checklist, and I got the weather and good to go. So it looks like he may be vectoring me in for straight in, hopefully. Let's see. Here's where
781 Romeo Mike, you send a pause discretion advising the other airport in sight.
Hey, my call in order.
Final approach course is right here. So we'll see what he does. So I spent the night in Montgomery last night. Just flew across country, so I was pretty tired. And my plan was to push into South Florida this morning. It was just too gnarly. So flew up to Atlanta. I'm going to commercial down today, and then...
0 Victor Bravo, roger.
Convenient way to get back and forth.
And I'm understanding you need to go to these coordinates that I'm showing on here, is that right? Okay. I'm going to make a amendment to the routing here because our computer puts out a preferred departure routing, which is going to take you off of that. I'll get a code for you in just a second.
So I'm expecting radar vectors here soon. And I have the tower in there.
Victor Bravo, current heading's good for now, and just let me know what the on-course heading to that initial coordinate is, 3424 north by 08538 west. November 70 Romeo, turn 20 degrees right, maintain 3000.
20 degrees right and 3000, 70 Romeo. Just taking me straight in, that's awesome.
Atlanta approach, Conquest 4-1
So
Golf. We've confirming we have the weather at Turkey County, and we'll be doing a visual.
4-1 Golf, roger that.
I activated the vectors to final for the visual 08.
It is here now, current Fulton County, Lima, McCollum, and Victor, Gwinnett, Atlanta altimeter 3017.
Saved me a lot of time. So I am 25 miles out.
November 70 Romeo, flighting 060, intercept the localizer for runway 8, tracking inbound.
060 and track the localizer inbound. 70 Romeo.
Reserve Victor Bravo, do we have an initial heading to that coordinate? Very good, that's kind of what I was planning anyway. Reserve Victor Bravo, just continue that heading for now, maintain 11,000. And you can come to Atlanta Center now on 134.9 or 5, 3495, and they'll get you turned on course whenever you get some altitude. Just let them know what your intentions are. Have a good day.
So I've hit approach mode, even though you can't really use, for visual or glide path, but it is a good reference. And the localizer can be intercepted with GPS as well outside the final approach fix. So that's what I did. So belts, boost. I think we're going to stay at out for a moment.
441 Gulf to maintain 4,000. Actually, let's play that a little bit. Your traffic at 10 o'clock and 2 miles east side indicating 3,600. I'll get you lower in just a sec.
All right, 41 Gulf, we'll stay at 5,000.
So again, a quick explanation. He said 060 to intercept the localizer, which is also, it can be magenta.
Good morning, friendly 491, 4,000 heading to 80.
GPS
Friendly 491, I want to approach Roger, altimeter 3018.
491.
Activated nav, the approach mode, which will kick on here as soon as it's intercepted.
And November 41 Gulf, traffic no factor, just going to maintain 3,000, advising you have Cherokee County inside.
And 41 Gulf, we've got Cherokee County in sight. We can go ahead and cancel IFR.
41 Gulf, for cancellations are received. Squawk VFR, you appreciate it. Approved. Have a good day.
All right, over to VFR, 41 Gulf, appreciate the help. Good day, sir.
Atlanta 447 Bravo Delta with you at 5.5.
Bravo Delta, Roger.
And the GPS is live. And Atlanta approach Sierra 317 Romeo is on the localizer for 08.
7 Sierra Romeo, Roger. Would you like the ILR or the visual?
The visual will be great. 7 Sierra Romeo.
Tell me when you pick up the airport, please. 447 Bravo Delta, advising me of the weather for Cartersville. I have no landing runway or traffic information available.
7 Bravo Delta, I didn't get that.
Alright, so I'm going to go full mixture. Slow down. And Atlanta approach, Sierra 317 Serena has a field sight.
Alright, 317 Sierra Romeo, clear visual approach runway 8, contact County Tower 118.45.
Cleared on the visual approach for 08 and contact tower. See ya. Fulton County Tower, Sierra 317 Romeo on the visual 08 approach.
Sirius 317 Sierra Romeo, Fulton County Tower, runway 8, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 8, 70 Romeo.
Tower, Sky 3672 Lima, holding short of 8 at India, ready for departure in sequence.
Skyhawk 3672 Lima, Fulton County Tower, remain clear to Class B airspace, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Runway 8 cleared for takeoff, and we'll stay out of the Bravo 3672 Lima.
3672 Lima, right, turn out to the southwest spur.
Right turn out approved, 3672 Lima.
Fulton County Tower, 43700, code short runway 8 at India Northwest departure.
43700, Fulton County Tower, left turn out approved, runway 8 clear for takeoff. Traffic, Cirrus 3 mile final.
Left turn out approved, runway 8 clear for takeoff, on the go, Warrior 43700.
Cirrus 3170 Romeo, traffic Piper Warrior, departing Project Bravo.
I'll be looking for that traffic, 70 Romeo.
Altitude. $500.
Fulton County Tower, helicopter 4488 Hotel, about 6 to the northeast, requesting a transition through to the southwest. We've got Sierra.
Call 448 Hotel, Fulton County Tower, transition approved, altimeter 3018.
3018, 448 Hotel.
Fulton County ground, Cirrus 3170 Romeo, clear of 08, and would like to go to signature.
Cirrus 3170 Romeo, Fulton County ground, taxi to the signature via India Golf and Romeo. Question, India Golf and Bravo.
India Golf Bravo, 70 Romeo.
From 3627 Lima for exchange for a good flight.